Hey, good day, you guys. It's Geoffrey, Howells Carpet Cleaning. Hey, I wanted to start the day off with a new product that I'm going to be trying out today. It is PeeRadicator by VacAway Products. It is an odor and stain remover product. And let me see if I can get close enough there for you. It is powered using oxygen. We got some contained sodium carbonate and peroxidate in there. Prihox, whatever, it doesn't matter what the stuff is called. But anyways, it's an oxidizing product, and basically you mix it hot tap water. You don't want to go too hot, or else it will. It's a pretty volatile product, so it will react on you big time if the water's too hot. It mixes 8 ounces, or like a measuring cup of this dry granule powder to 1 gallon of water, and it will start reacting right away. So you don't want to put it into a jug and put a cap on it, because the jug will blow up on you. This stuff has a life of about 15 minutes once it gets going, so you got some chemistry, a lot of chemistry going on here, and that is what I love about these innovative VacAway products, is that they are designed by a chemist with chemistry in mind, and you mix them up and you use them, and they do the job absolutely wonderfully well. This is an 8-pound container, so you do the math. 8 ounces of product per gallon of water, so you can make up about 16 gallons of urine stain remover with this product, which is quite phenomenal considering most products, dilute down and you get about maybe 3 or 4 gallons of stain remover with their products. With this stuff, what is absolutely amazing about this PeeRadicator product is that it virtually has no odor to it. Most of your products are extremely citrusy and nasty smelling. This stuff, zero odor, and as soon as it goes on the urine smell is absolutely gone. So later on this video, you'll see me using it at the job site. Unfortunately for me today, had 3 jobs lined up, 2 of them canceled, or I can't get a hold of them. I don't even show up on a job site if I can't get a hold of the customer, because after you've driven across town and you've been on the road for a couple hours and you get out somewhere and nobody is there to greet you, you learn very fast that you ain't going nowhere unless you actually talk to the customer. So let that be, heed the warnings. I always do an hour before I arrive call, just to ensure that they are there, because there have been too many situations where I've gone places and they've completely forgot about their appointment and they're at work and they can't let you in, you can't do any work, and you just have to reschedule and do it another time. But that's more money, more gas, more everything. So don't let that happen to you. Take the necessary precautions, get that stuff out of the way. And anyways, without further ado, let's watch the rest of this video here, and you can see how well this product works. I'm going to go ahead and say that it works very well. That's my conclusion. Hey, good day, you guys. It is February 1st, and I'm out here in care home. I take care of quite a bit. And what I've got today, real simple, they're going to be showing this room. So, we got a little bit of white powder down there. And we'll just go ahead and polish this whole room off. We're going to do a little encapsulation cleaning in here. You guys who are trying to figure out the difference between encapsulation versus hot water extraction, they're basically two bipolar. I mean, they're completely two different cleaning methods whatsoever, but they both have their strengths and their weaknesses, and they both have their purpose. So it's just getting to that point where you're able to recognize the difference between the two and which one works best in this situation. So in this room, we got glue down. Actually, I don't think it's glue down, but basically your glue down style commercial carpeting in these rooms, which is very typical for assisted living homes. We'll come out here, and I've got this other room. And unfortunately, what happened in here is that the tenant that was staying here, catheter bag spilled, and there's a whole bunch of urine in the carpeting. When it comes to urine treatment, there's usually, it comes in two different flavors, and I don't mean the way that the urine tastes. I'm talking about I'm talking about the urine and how it is in the carpets. One scenario, you got fresh urine just meaning that it hasn't been treated and it's sitting in the carpets, and it may be dry, it might be wet, it doesn't really matter because it falls under the category of fresh. And then the other situation, so a bit more extreme, you've got carpets with staining and urine and stuff that have been treated by an unprofessional that doesn't know what they're doing, and it's what's the term am I looking for? Disturbed, I guess. And we got products for that as well. So what I'm going to do in just a few moments is got this absolutely awesome product that I'm giving a shot, which will eliminate any odors. I mean, if you've heard of a product called like Odorcide or something like that, or I'm sorry, Capicide, it goes through and it just basically blocks off everything that's causing odors. That basically is built into this product. It'll completely shut out any odors. It is encapsulation or design chemistry wise for encapsulation use. However, we are not going to use it that way, and I'm going to go through and explain to you how we're going to use this product. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead back into this other room, pre-treat it for encapsulation. Then I'm going to go ahead and take our CRB machine over here. This is a 15-inch, I believe it's a TM4 style cleaner. I know Procram's got some awesome equipment out there. In fact, Walter out in Ontario, Brantford Elite Carpet Cleaning, just picked up a new machine, and I know he is itching to use it, and I'm curious to find out how it performs. But the handlebar on here, and basically all CRBs are pretty much manufactured in by the same manufacturer. They just slap different labels on it and paint them different colors and this and that, and sell them under different brand names. So anyways, this is a Master Blend brand machine. If you look at it and go, why does that CRB look like mine? It's because it was made by the same company. They all have the exact same handlebars on it. However, the ProChem style one, they did something really slick, and they actually hung a solution tank in there. So as you're cleaning, I don't think it's gravity fed. I think it has like something like 50 psi, so it's pretty cool. So it's got a button on the handle so that as you're using it, you can engage it, and it'll actually throw your pre-spray down out in front of you, which makes it extremely handy, I would think. I'm thinking maybe there's got to be an aftermarket system or something that I can put on this, because that would be so convenient. Because right now I walk around with a trigger sprayer. Alrighty, so I just go around with a trigger sprayer and pre-treat, extra problem areas. So if a spot doesn't come out, you moisten it a little bit more and just keep running over it with the CRB, and lo and behold, most of the time those spots come right out like a magic eraser. Alright, you guys, got the truck fired up, hoses ran in this room. I just did pre-spray it just to kind of help with the rinse part. It wasn't really necessary, because we're just going to rinse the urine out of here. You guys, turn your PSI down in this situation. You're not absorbing anything, there's no soil accumulation, you're not rinsing anything really. We're just trying to get urine out of the carpet. So you got to think 400 PSI, 125 PSI. One is 75% less water usage than the other, so it fills up your dirty water tanks a lot slower, You can probably do, you know, a couple jobs at least before you have to dump them. Saves time. In fact, with the agitation, you're causing that soil suspension to occur when you're agitating. So otherwise, you're using your water and your wand to perform that soil suspension, you know, as far as the agitation goes, and you're needing more water to do that. So if you agitate and the soil is already suspended, there's no point in rinsing it with tons of water because the soil is already loose. So you're just picking it up at that time. Carpet's dry much faster. Customer's very happy. In fact, many times I get done with the job, the carpets are already dry because I hardly use any water to rinse them, and they look just as beautiful and residue free as if I was to do just steam cleaning alone and soak those carpets and get them wet and rinse them well. You guys, it's not rocket science, but don't know if you've heard the term CHAT. Stands for chemistry, heat, agitation, and time. Those are the 4 elements required for performing carpet cleaning, or at least for successful carpet cleaning. So you can take those 4 terms and move that equation around. Well, if I have less heat, then if I bump up the agitation, the same results are going to occur. So in this position, or in this situation, we are basically just transferring our agitation from one form with the wand to another form using our CRB. So the plan here, I'm not running my CRB on this urine soaked carpet, so I'm going to rinse it well. I'm going to pre-treat it with our awesome urine stain treatment that I'm really interested in wanting to try out, because other products in that line are absolutely phenomenal, and it's supposed to block odors big time. So just like the I think I mentioned before, encapsicide or something like that, that's supposed to encapsulate odors so that they don't smell anymore. And that product is actually built into this, so I'm extremely happy to give it a shot. So let's rinse this place out, and let's get on to the urine treatments part. You guys, I've just went ahead and finished up our steam cleaning as far as pulling urine extraction out of the carpeting. And this is the product that I'm really excited to try today. It's called PeeRadicator by VacAway products. I'm really excited to try this out. It contains sodium carbonate as well as peroxyhydrate, which, if you know, hydrogen can be used mixed to get rid of urine. But in this case, we are going hardcore because we are dealing with odor as well as the urine itself. So this stuff here is pretty interesting. This is an 8-pound container. It's in a granule form, and it mixes 8 ounces per gallon of water. So this container here, let's break that down, that makes roughly 16 gallons of urine stain remover. However, this stuff, once you mix it up, it has a 20-minute life. So there is a lot of chemistry action going on. That stuff is foaming up and going crazy. As you can see, it's foaming out top right here. The cap actually isn't screwed down, because if you did, that bucket would probably blow up. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and spray this down while it's active and live, and it's gonna do some good stuff. Okay, a quick follow-up as our product is dwelling in the other room. Coming in here, I smell absolutely no odors. Carpets look beautiful. And I'm good to go. And all it was an encapsulation cleaning with our brush machine. It literally took 15 minutes. I don't want 15 minutes to plug everything up and get it in here and treat it and clean it. But I don't want the customer in here. Be quiet. This guy over here, a little bit more work. We want him to steam clean it to get all the urine up out of the carpet before we actually went through and treated it. Use our urine eradicator, or our PeeRadicator. I just showed it to you a few moments ago. I do want to say it is extremely volatile, I think is the word I'm looking for. As soon as you mix that stuff up, it starts reacting big time. That is the release of oxygens and gases as it mixes with the water, having a very strong chemical reaction. So if you use a sprayer like mine where you're putting stuff into jugs, just be sure not to put the cap on, or else you will blow that bottle up because it pressurizes extremely fast. It's a great show for the customer because they can see that your product is active and working, and it's pretty awesome. What I did is I put down one application of it, and almost immediately I could notice that the urine smell was dissipating and going away. So after I applied it, I took our CRB, groomed the carpeting, agitated in real well, let it sit a couple minutes, and I pre-treated it one more time, agitated it in there real good. Supposed to let this sit for about 15-20 minutes. I did put all of our other equipment away in the truck, so it's probably been a good 10 to 15 minutes. And then go back through with one more extraction just to get that product out of the carpeting, along with anything else, you know, the sodium carbonate, whatever else it breaks down as far as the urine goes. Get all that stuff out of here, and it's going to look beautiful. Unfortunately, I will not be around here next couple of days to notice, you know, to check the odor for odor. Yeah, so getting cut off by phone calls isn't always a bad thing. It is when they try to sell you Google stuff, and then I just kind of hang up on them. But anyways, as I was saying, if I remember what I was saying, we were on the PeeRadicator. We sprayed it down. It has an awesome reaction, bubbles over and everything when you mix it. That stuff basically has an infinite shelf life because it's a granule form. You mix it up when you need to use it. That 8-pound canister that I showed you out in the kitchen, probably about $40, and it makes up to 16 gallons of product. Once you're done using the product, if you don't use it all up, the stuff that you mix up, you're going to want to dump it out because it only has about a 15 to 20 minute lifespan anyways. So yeah, there you have it. Do my 48-hour callback to find out how well this worked as far as eradicating the odor. As of right now, I smell absolutely nothing. It smells 100% better in here. To my nose, not as sensitive as some other people are, but that's what your follow-up calls are for, guys. You got to keep that customer satisfaction. You shine in their mind, they're going to be calling you back the next time they need carpet cleaning. Oh, and Courtney, I'm going to go get some refrigerator magnets. I know I've heard people talk about it. I've talked about getting them. I just never done it, but you know, I need to because people are losing cars all the time, and to have that on a refrigerator, I know for a fact that they're not going to be removing that magnet. It's going to stay there, and that's an ego boost when you go into a home and you see your magnet on the refrigerator.